Hi there, I'm Self-Critical Automaton, and this is SCA Plays Resident Evil 4 Episode 2, Millwall Nil. So yeah, we're gonna pick up where we left off, but it's worth noting that I'm actually super ill at the moment. I have some kind of a weird hay fever cold combination thing. But yeah, so first off, I want to find out if I'm allowed. I don't think I've ever actually tried to do this before, but will this work? Let's find out. Holy shit, it did. So as soon as I go through that door, they're all going to become alerted and aggro to me and try and kill me. This is more efficient, I guess. Oh, okay, according to that music, I guess it's time to run around and actually deal with the dudes themselves. So yeah, I might be a little bit more spacey than usual. There might be some odd silences where I edit out me having coughing fits or anything like that. Or maybe not, who knows. But yeah, oops. I still maintain that it's questionable to just start shooting people. Once you've gone from, like, you know, a reasonable response to obvious and present aggression, like, once you start, like, using a rifle and popping people's heads from far away, that's another step up the escalation ladder, I think. Yeah, so it's not particularly difficult, this area. This is the second area that has sort of a manipulable environment for, you know, combat encounter purposes. You can climb up on the top of buildings, you can go inside buildings, but there aren't any barricadable doors. It's mostly just, you know, useful. Oop. One day I'm going to get that right. One day I'll manage to shoot one out of the air. Today is not that day. It's not this guy's day either. Oh, that guy's got dynamite. Okay. You remember how I mentioned... Huh, okay. I guess it did explode. Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen it explode when it hasn't been dropped before. Maybe he did drop it. So, I've got plenty of ammunition. That's good. Oh hey, double headshot. Those are rare. Oh, wait, no. It was just one headshot. Okay. So yeah, even though you can't barricade the doors, being able to hop out of windows, climb roofs, and so on, it's all really useful for evading capture. Or, I guess, death. Actually, you know, my ideas about the... Well, no, that's not true. I was going to say that... Not today. I was going to say that my idea about the axe guy in the cutscene yesterday doesn't hold out, because these guys are completely happy to just, you know, fucking murder me. Then again, I opened fire on them first, so, you know, at this point it's their self-defense. Oh, I haven't described the herbs. There's 3 kinds of herbs in the game. Red, blue, and yellow. No, not blue. Red, green, and yellow. See, I'm not very well. Green ones heal you a certain amount. Red ones aren't usable on their own, but if you combine them with green, then they heal you 100% no matter what health you have. It just, you know, restores your health 100%. And the yellow ones do nothing by themselves, but when combined with a green, they will increase your maximum health permanently. So those are, like, important rare loot that you find. I think I used one of them last episode. Yeah, so I'm gonna pause for a second. And we're back. Yeah, so Okay, did not mean to do that. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that either. Yeah, the controls are a little bit easy to accidentally misuse, input, do the wrong thing. So there's definitely one or two guys left because the music is still pounding, but I don't know where they are. So I'm just going to run around gathering up all the loot. There's probably someone stuck behind a door or something, or in a shed somewhere. This game only has a handful of enemy models, at least for the first third of the game, I guess. We've seen all of them a bunch now. There's, I think, 4 male and 2 female. There's a housewife in blue, a housewife in green. Then there's, I don't know what their official designations are, but I think of them as young man, dad, granddad, and bracers man. Okie dokie, that's where they all were, I guess. There's no falling damage in this game, as you may have noticed when I just fucking dropped out of a tower the other day, but, it is... That one's young man, in case you were wondering. Now that I think about it, there might be a variant. Young man with hat and young man without hat. Regardless, he is now a young man without kneecap. That's Grandad. Young man without hat. Dad. It's okay. It's okay. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm not fine. I'm not fine. Oh dear. Having some camera control issues. That's not my fault. Genuinely, that is the game. So yeah, I suppose, I don't know if they all have hat variants, but as you can see there are several hat variants. But it's still the same basic model. Oh yeah, see, there's Braces Man with hat. And it's the same hat as well. So I guess there's 2 hat variants randomly applied to the 4 extant models. Which I suppose is a pretty neat way of doing variation in enemy design, for lack of a better term. Is there anything in here? Yes, there is. Aha! Legendary yellow herb. One of the herbs are a holdover from the earlier Resident Evil games, and it's always amused me. I really, really like the idea of, and again, it's a part of the goofiness of the game world, and the kind of like absolute seriousness with which it takes itself and its silliness is this like it's a very literal setting for the most part. There are people and there are guns, and zombies are caused by a disease, not by magic. You know, there's not like nonsense for the most part, except when there is nonsense, and that's the goofiness of the game. And one of those things is that you eat green herbs to heal bullet wounds and axe stuff and bites, you know? It's... I suppose it comes from, like, Eastern medicine and stuff. But even then, I kind of associate that with games based on, like, Chinese mythology, rather than games, you know, like, I don't know, I can't think of any. Or Chinese settings rather than a Japanese game such as this. But yeah, so in the earlier games you would find green herbs, and in this one you find green herbs, and I imagine in Resident Evil 8 or whatever we're up to, you still find green herbs. So yeah, this is probably the first example of another classic mechanical holdover from the earlier games. Namely, finding really weird shit that opens doors. My favourite example of weird shit that opens a door is in Resident Evil 2, which I should note I have not played, where, as I understand it, the police station has an evidence lockup or something like that, which, for some reason, is only openable via a chessboard puzzle. So I'm not entirely sure which, civil servant managed to talk the local authority into having that installed, but whoever they were, they must have been a real master of charisma. Or perhaps a master of unlocking, like... see, some of you chuckled at that, except that you didn't. You probably just smiled a little bit, because that's a reference to Resident Evil 1, another game I have not played. Another game with clunky dialogue as well. Anyway, the point is, this little cliffside... It's not really a village, I suppose. I mean, they live in the village. This little cliffside industrial compound, for some reason, is locked. Or it has a door that is locked via an elaborate, fancy, mystic-looking crest that just slots into the door. And, again, for some reason you have to be asked to go combine them in the unique items menu before you can use them. Which is, again, kind of inexplicable. It's just make work, really. But it's not even like... Lots of games have sort of like arbitrary make work to expand time and so on, make you spend more time doing stuff. It only adds a few seconds. It's just a little bit of a hassle. Yeah. So, this is the next combat encounter. Oh, do you know, I think I missed a barrel. I hope there wasn't anything important in it. I'm probably not going to... Oh, but you know what? I can check if it had anything important in it. Not with that button. With this button. Because I bought the treasure map. So yeah, I have actually missed... No, I haven't. That's in the next room just ahead. I haven't missed anything. Jolly good. So yeah, this is the next combat encounter sequence. It's basically the same, but with tight corridors. Speaking of holdovers from the earlier games, it's interesting how this game straddles the line mechanically of a modern third-person shooter and the older third-person isometric fixed camera Resident Evil games. This game was absolutely revolutionary when it came out, and due to that, it's on a lot of people's best games of all time lists. I disagree that it's one of the best games ever made. However, I do think it's a very fun game. Hey, haha, fantastic! Oh, fuck. I was hoisted by my own petard, by which I mean hit in the head by an axe. Or, was it hoisted on my own petard? That's when you, like, set up a thing and it backfires on you. This was just kind of like... Oh, I know what it was. That was pride before the fall. There we go. So... yeah. Sorry, I got distracted. So yeah, mostly it's going to be just this sort of thing. I'm running really low on healing. I wasn't expecting that. I don't actually know if you combine all three colours of herb together, do you get a bigger increase to your health? Does the red herb increase the effects of both other herb types, or merely green? That's something I really ought to know, considering I've played this game so many times. Another fun thing to note is that you may notice that Leon only ever puts 2 shells in his shotgun. That animation does not change throughout the entire game, so even later on when you are able to have up to, I think, like 15, you will still only be putting 2 shells in at a time. Hey, there we go. We cool? Are we good? Okay, no. Hat Dad is over there. I'm gonna have to make sure I don't step in those. In fact, actually, I've got lots of ammunition, I might as well just do that. Save myself the trouble. So, yeah. Oh, of course there's more. What was I talking about? Oh, no, yeah, I was talking about this game and its position. Yeah, one of the interesting things about it, for some reason I couldn't figure out how to use my knife there. Oh, right, of course, it's spacebar. Because this game is strange. Hey, I did it again. And this time, I did not let pride go before the fall. I'm actually running a little bit low on bullets. On pistol bullets, at least. Oh, he's not dead. God, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, mechanical holdovers and that sort of thing. So yeah, this was actually one of, if not the first games to bring horror, like action horror gameplay out of, like the older plodding sort of thing, and a more like dynamic, high-speed action horror. And it's that form that's gone on to sort of dominate the horror genre, really. Action horror as a thing sort of began with this game. Which is interesting because how clunky it still is, which I suppose is understandable if it's the first example of that kind of thing. So you still use the awkward tank controls of the previous game. You have the advantage of the fact that your vision is no longer locked to a specific angle for each specific room, but you still have the awkward side-to-side shimmy of tank controls. They have added a spin 360? No, 180 degrees, which is useful. But yeah, I think most subsequent action horror can trace its lineage pretty directly to this game. You know, Dead Space. Dead Space is a lot more similar. The sort of third-person action horror game genre is, you know, they all have agricultural implements, even when they are in a place or doing a thing, when that doesn't really make sense. Oh, big fish. Shotgun fishing. It's fun for all the family and also Leon. So yeah, another one of this game's mechanical weirdnesses is that, you know, if you see fish swimming in the water, much like the birds, you can just shoot them. In fact, you might even be able to knife them if you're lucky. I'm too slow to catch them, but if they... Hey! Haha, fantastic. So what the hell was I talking about? Let's just make sure we can fit all this in here. So yeah, small fish heal the same as a green herb, I think, and a large fish heals all of you, I think. I might be misremembering. See if I can get that one as well. Where did he go? I suppose it's also worth asking whether I should be eating fish that I've caught in what appears to be a sewer. Sewer fishing. Fun for the whole family. Oh, that one took two. So, oh, is there something over here? No. Did I forget a treasure? Also, no. Fantastic. Although there is one immediately behind me, which I think is at the top of this area. Not down here in the sewer. I suppose I could just live in the sewer. Just stay down here. Don't shoot any more people. Catch fish. Build a little house out of fish bones. But no, I've got more important things to do. Wow, that looks quite... that's a lot of traps. Can I... No, the bird! Ah! Oh, I got him. Brilliant. Haha. 1100 pesetas is worth many, many, many shotguns, so... it's generally a good idea to... Like I said before, it's a good idea to just always shoot birds, because even the minimum amount, which is 300 pesetas, is worth... I think a stack of 10 bullets is worth, like, 100 pesetas or something. I guess they have the signposts to warn themselves about the booby traps. Although they are, of course, all immune to their own booby traps. At the very least, to the bear traps. I don't know if they're immune to the dynamite. I've never seen one of them stumble into it. Here we have another example of this old chestnut. Yeah, so they brought this back. There's only 2 instances of that in the entire game. I was going to say this game has a lot of instances of odd things that only happen once. Or twice, like that. Like, why did they bother coding in this interaction for one instance of it happening? But, nevertheless. So yeah, I think I was wrong about that, because there do appear to be a whole bunch. Anyway, this is a house, as you can see. Why there is a tunnel from a house to a cliffside excavation to a... Actually, that doesn't go anywhere else. Anyway, so here we are in the house, and I think... Yeah, see, another ridiculous puzzle. It's incredibly difficult, this one. It takes for... Oh, wait, hang on, no. So yeah, this house is a lot nicer than the ones we've been dealing with up until now. Which I guess would imply that it's not so much that the infected people are, you know, no longer care so much about their own... Ah, now, see, a desk drawer is somewhere you'd expect to find handgun ammunition. What was I saying? I don't remember. Yeah, so, nice house. Presumably someone fancy lives here. But also, does that imply that it's not simply that, like, they no longer care about maintaining their own bodily health and their situations? Because they are instead... Oh, there we go. What's this? Chief's note. So yeah, actually that reminds me, I was talking about the Axeman earlier. Maybe he wasn't maybe he wasn't trying to save the day, because after all... Oh, cutscene time. It's Rasputin again. Or rather, the big cheese. Oh, it is the big cheese. And he is big, and he is cheesy. I mean, he doesn't look like he washes, so maybe he is cheesy. God.
You carry the same blood as us, it seems. Nevertheless, you're an outsider. Just remember, if you become unpleasant to our eyes, you'll face severe consequences.
What? Same blood.
So he didn't know that I was... He didn't know that Leon was infected until he saw the colour of Leon's eyes. However, we know that that his boss infected Leon, so why would he not tell the chief, I guess, that Rasputin is, the big cheese, that...
Leon, I've been able to get some new info that might help you.
Fill me in.
Apparently, there's a religious cult group involved. They're called the Los Illuminados.
Los Illuminados. That's a mouthful.
Yeah, it means
Anyway,
the
I
illuminated.
run-in with the big cheese of this village.
But you're okay, right?
Yeah, but he could have killed me, but he let me live. And he mentioned something about me carrying the same blood as them. Whatever that means.
Carry the same blood. Huh. Interesting.
Anyway, there are more important things than solving riddles right now.
You're right. Hurry and find that church, Leon.
Okay, I think there's a typewriter around here. I know I just saved, but I don't really want to, stop just there, because I was saying something. I was saying, it seems like the boss has plans for Leon, because he infected Leon. Can I just combine these? Yep, I can, which makes it double healing. But the chief just also decided to nearly kill me? So did he not know? What this tells me is that the Big Cheese's organization has not been doing a very good a job about disseminating information to its own cultist members. I'm sorry, I'll leave. Also, he does just like, he's like, well, I'll let you live because you're one of us. But if you so much as turn around, he tries to kill you. Oh, sexism. Gotta admire that dude's commitment to his goals. Just fucking swan dives out of a 3rd story window. Sure, whatever, my dude. So yeah, that's a character who will be completely unexplained until much later. She's from one of the earlier games, basically. What she's doing here, why she's here, it's all explained in supplementary material that nobody ever bothers to read. So yeah, I think there's a typewriter in here. That's right. And I've already overrun by a bunch, so I'm just going to save and quit. And I will catch you all later.